I start the lesson. Here is an important information to CA, ISC, CBSE, UG, PG students and those preparing for TRB, SET or NET examinations. Link to my videos are now available in a document form. A click on the link in the soft copy or tracing the QR code from the hard copy will take you to the specific lesson you want without wasting your valuable time. Send your request specifying your requirement to my email address you shall find in the description to receive a copy of your choice from me. I shall meet you inside the lesson now. The lesson. A monopolist is a single producer. His product has no substitutes. Hence, he can charge different prices from different consumers. This practice is known as price discrimination. At times, based on the elasticity prevailing for his products, a monopolist can divide the market into sub-markets. He can charge high price in inelastic demand market and charge low price in elastic demand market. This is known as third degree price discrimination. In this case, a monopolist has to find answer for three questions. They are 1. How much output to produce? 2. How to distribute this output in these two markets? 3. What price he has to charge? Answer to all these questions lie in equilibrium of a firm under this type of discrimination. A firm to be in equilibrium has to satisfy three conditions. They are 1. Marginal cost equal to combined marginal revenue. 2. Marginal revenue of submarket A equal to marginal revenue of submarket B equal to marginal cost. 3. At equilibrium, marginal cost must be increasing. Let us use a graph to understand this phenomenon. As usual, the aim of the firm is to maximize its total profit. The graph at the right extreme represents the total market. Monopolist divides this into two sub-markets. Graph at the left extreme represents sub-market A. Graph in the middle represents sub-market B. ARA is the average revenue curve of sub-market A. It is also the demand curve. Demand is relatively inelastic. MRA is its corresponding marginal revenue curve. ARB is the average revenue curve of submarket B. It is also the demand curve. Demand is relatively elastic in this market. MRB is the marginal revenue curve of submarket B. Lateral summation of AR curves of the two markets gives the combined average revenue curve CAR. It is shown in the total market graph. Again, lateral summation of the MR curves of the two submarkets gives the combined marginal revenue curve CMR. MC is the marginal cost curve. It cuts the combined marginal revenue curve at E from below. E is the equilibrium point of the firm. At this point, marginal cost is equal to combined marginal revenue. All the three conditions are satisfied here. Q is the equilibrium output. This is the total output monopolist produced to be distributed in the two markets. How is he going to do this? He will allocate so much of quantity to each market which equates the marginal revenue of submarket A with marginal cost and the marginal revenue of submarket B with marginal cost. Accordingly, he decides to sell M units in submarket A and N units in submarket B. Sum total of quantity assigned to submarket A, M units, and quantity assigned to submarket B, N units, is equal to total output Q units. What is the price he has to charge for his product? For this, we have to use the respective average revenue curves of the two markets. In submarket A, he charges P2 price. In submarket B, he charges P1 price. Since in submarket A, demand is less elastic, he charges a high price P2. And since in submarket B, demand is more elastic, he charges a low price P1. Only such distribution of output and the prices he is going to charge in the two markets will maximize his total profit. If the marginal revenue in one market is less than the other market, he has to transfer some quantity of the product from the market where marginal revenue is less to the market where marginal revenue is more. For example, if he allocates M0 units to submarket A, marginal revenue is M0 E3 and allocates N1 units to submarket B, its marginal revenue is N1 E4. Marginal revenue in submarket A is high. Marginal revenue in submarket B is low. Then the monopolist must transfer some quantity from submarket B to submarket A so that marginal revenue in submarket A is equal to marginal revenue in submarket B and both are equal to marginal cost. This alone will ensure maximum profit to the discriminating monopolist. Our discussion ends here. We shall meet in the next lesson. Vanakkam.